Today, we're going to look at a Reddit couple who has a goal of buying a home in 2 years, but they have $150,000 in debt. Can they do it? Wife and I are trying to get out of debt. Are we doing this right? My wife, 35, and I, 39, are working to get out of debt, and I'd love a second pair of eyes on the budget and plan to see if there's more I can do or if I'm making a mistake here. We're aiming to buy a home in the next 2 years, so I'm trying to tackle this debt and save a down payment. Take-home pay is $7,700 a month. Retirement, 8% pre-tax into my 401k. Work matches for 7 to 100%. Currently sitting about $110,000 in that account. Bills, rent, $1,000 a month. Living with brother-in-law while trying to knock down debt. Car 1, $523 a month, owe $20,200. Car 2, $390 a month, owe $15,800. Personal loan 1, $725 a month, owe $23,900. Personal loan 2, $590 a month, owe $20,000. Credit card 1, $125 a month, owe $5,800. Overdraft $100 a month, owe $4,800. Overdraft 2, $125 a month, owe $5,000. Student loans $225 a month, owe $63,000. Storage unit $290 a month. Cell phone, internet $280 a month. Car insurance $240 a month. Total monthly bills $4,605. Then they go on to say they have excess funds of $3,095. They're using that to build a 3-month emergency fund, and then after that they're going to tackle the debt pretty hard. So all in all, total debt including student loans $153,500. I don't know why they added this, but total debt without student loans $90,500. They have here to plan. This is their plan. Right now we're doing the snowball method and starting with the lowest balances first. This seems to be fine, but I really want to get out from under the personal loans as they seem to be really crippling our progress. Would it be a bad idea to attack those first as they're our higher monthly loan amounts? He has a tag here as well. Additionally, I wondered about consolidating some of the debts into a single loan to minimize the number of individual debts we're paying. We've already addressed the issue that got us into the mess, and the past spending won't be happening again. And you can tell they've been thinking about this because they have other thoughts here at the bottom for their plan. Sell the more expensive car and buy something in cash to bring in an immediate $523 a month. Dump the storage and move the content into garage, bringing in an immediate $290 a month. Dump the phone plan and switch to Mint, bringing in an immediate $280 a month. We'd have to cover the cost of 2 phone plans up front for the year, about $760 for the unlimited plan. What are your thoughts? First of all, I love that they added the numbers in here. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any interest rate numbers for any of their loans. I even went through the comments and stuff, but I didn't find that. It would make it easier to figure out if we need to do the snowball or the debt avalanche method. The debt snowball method is knocking out your smallest debt first, regardless of interest rate. And after you knock that out, you roll it into the next one, whatever the payment was for that smaller debt. And you just keep going until you get a giant snowball and you pay off all your debt. The debt avalanche method is you pay off the highest interest loan first to save the most money on interest, and then just like the debt snowball, after you pay off that highest interest one, you then apply that payment into your next highest interest loan. The first thing I would do here is drop my retirement contributions to 7% and just get the match, and that's it. Nothing above that, nothing below that. I like employer match because it's 100% return on your investment immediately. So as soon as that money goes in, you're doubling your money. And unless you have interest rates that are above 100%, it makes no sense to not contribute to that right now. But we can look at it from a debt payoff standpoint. How long will it take to 1, pay off their debt, and then 2, save up a down payment for a house? Now, this is going to be kind of difficult because I don't have interest rates, and that's how I would need to get a super accurate calculation on when this debt payoff could possibly happen. But we're going to do our best with the payments we have now. So switching into debt killer mode, I like his first suggestion in the other thoughts. Sell the more expensive car and buy something in cash to bring in an immediate $523 a month. That's an excellent idea. If you can get a car in cash and not have $523 going into a loan that's going into a car that's going to depreciate, that's going to go a long way in paying off this debt. So for the calculations going forward, we're going to sell that car and put that 523 back into the debt payoff. I don't know how much the car is worth right now, but let's say it's worth $25,000 just for the sake of the calculations. So they sell the car for $25,000. They pay off that loan of $20,200. That frees up $523 a month, and that can also give them the cash they need to buy their next car for $5,000 or less dollars. Selling this car triggers immediately for this calculation. So starting from day zero, we've already knocked off $20,000 in debt, and we freed up $523 a month. Next thing we do before we get the ball really rolling, we're going to take out that storage unit. You don't need a storage unit, man. If anything, whatever's in there, sell it and put it towards your debt. We just freed up another $290 a month. That brings our monthly debt payment to $2,280 and our excess funds to $3,900 a month. And our total debt day one is $138,300. So since I don't have the interest rates, we're going to do the debt snowball, and it's going to be, the numbers are going to be skewed because I don't have the interest rates. So this isn't an exact calculation, but it's a rough estimation of how long it's going to take. So using the snowball method, we're going to attack this first overdraft. It's $4,800 with our new excess funds, and then the minimum payment we're also putting towards that. This should be paid off in just over a month. Moving along, we're going to start with overdraft 2 now. This is month 2, and this one being $5,000 and our new excess funds of $4,000 a month. This should take us just over a month as well. Going into month 3, we're going to attack this credit card. It's $5,800 with our new excess funds of $4,125. This should take us just over a month as well. So we got 3 debts knocked out in 3 months. It's pretty good snowball right now. Now, in my opinion, this is where it kind of starts getting difficult, because you had your first 3 months where you paid off a debt each month and it feels amazing. And you're like, I'm making so much progress. But then you move on to those bigger debts and you're not paying them off as quickly. And that's when the behavioral change can kick in and you can kind of regress in your debt payoff. Moving into the car, it's $15,800 with that minimum payment, and then our new excess funds of $4,250. It's going to take about 3.5 months to pay that off. And just looking at that number, after you've already paid off 3 debts in 3 months, now you're working on 1 debt in 3 months. So it can kind of slow the roll of the snowball, but if you can stick to it behaviorally, you'll be in good shape. So it's month 7 now. We have 2 paid off cars, got rid of our overdrafts, we got rid of our credit card debt. Now we're moving on to the personal loans, which are kind of chunky loans here. So we got $20,000 on our personal loan 2. That's our next smallest debt. And with our new excess funds of $4,640 plus the $590 minimum payment, that'll be paid off in about 4 months. And in month 11, we're going to move on to personal loan 1. That's at $23,900 with our new excess funds of $5,230 plus a minimum monthly payment of $725. This one will also be paid off in about 4 months. Now we're in month 15 and we're taking on our final debt, the student loans. Student loan is $63,000, and with our new excess funds of basically $6,000 plus our minimum monthly payment, this one will take us around 10 months to pay off. So it's taken us 25 months and we're debt free. Now we have to figure out how long it's going to take for our down payment for our new home that we're wanting. So if we go off the average cost of a home in the United States of about $400,000, we're going to need a down payment of about $80,000 if we're going to do 20% down. So if we take all of our excess funds and apply those every month to getting to our down payment as fast as possible, that would take us about 13 months to get us to the $80,000 for the down payment on our home. So in total, from starting with $158,000 in debt to being debt free and saving up a down payment, it would take about 38 months. So to answer the original question, no, this couple's not going to be able to buy a home in 2 years. Even in a perfect world where you have no interest rates on your loans, they just have too much debt and their goal is too short of a time frame to be able to achieve it. And unfortunately, life isn't perfect. You know, we have medical issues. Even in their budget they gave us, they didn't list food, clothing, essentials to living, really. And then what happens if brother-in-law gets tired of them living there after 3 years. That's what makes personal finance so personal, because there's so many different factors that go into it than just money. You have relationships, you have accidents that happen, and that can put a stint on your debt payoff. But the biggest thing you can do if those things happen is to make a new plan and continue your debt payoff journey. This couple has a chance of achieving their goal. It's not going to be in the 2-year time frame, but somewhere down the line, if they stick to it, they can be debt free and own a home. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this Reddit personal finance breakdown, please let me know by subscribing and liking and leaving a comment. If you want to know more about my personal finance journey, or if you have questions about your own personal finance journey that I can help you answer, please let me know. Thanks.